Okay, so I did say that if this video ended up getting 80,000 views, then I would make a tutorial on how to do the effects. Now somehow, you guys made it get over 200,000. 200,000. I know maybe to some of you, you're like, that's not a lot of views. Well, to me, that's a lot of views. So because I am a man of my word, welcome to today's tutorial where I'll be teaching you exactly how I made this infinite mask hole effect. Yeah. Okay, so just to give you a very quick idea of what we're gonna be going over today, basically, after we film our footage, we're gonna be rotoscoping out our subject. We then need to track that layer back into the moving part of the video, and then alpha map a frozen frame of that rotoscope section, making the camera go through the hole, revealing the next clip, and then just repeat that over and over and over again as many times as you want. All right, well, that's the end of the video. No, I'm just kidding. So the very first thing you need to do is obviously filming your scene. Now, as you saw in my video, I did it in multiple different locations. And for every single location, you need to make sure that you do two things. Number one is filming on a tripod. This part, you're gonna walk in the frame, do your movement, and then walk out. You wanna make sure you film on a tripod because later on, we're gonna be rotoscoping out the subject and then bringing that layer back. But to make sure we get the best results, we wanna make sure that that part is filmed on a tripod so that there isn't any extra movement. The second part you need to do is move the camera directly forward. Now you wanna make sure to do this slowly so that you minimize the amount of movement that you're gonna be creating as you walk. Now when I filmed, I actually used a gimbal to get the smoothest result possible. Now it's honestly okay if you don't have a gimbal, but just make sure that when you're filming and walking forward that you want to do it as slow so that you can do it extremely smooth. For this effect, I'm going to be using Adobe After Effects, but you can do this in any kind of VFX program that allows you to rotoscope, 3D track, and alpha matte. So starting out with rotoscoping, we've gone over this many times, even in different tutorials. We're gonna be using After Effects' Roto Brush tool. You just go up here, click this button, and then you want to select your subject. Once you have your subject selected out, then I'm gonna go to the end of the footage and let After Effects automatically process everything else. Now, once you're done with that, you should have a result similar to this. Number two is gonna be tracking your footage. Now, because the camera is moving, we're gonna be using the 3D tracker inside of After Effects. So go down here and click this button, and then again, let After Effects do the rest of the processing. As long as your footage was really smooth, hopefully you don't have any problems with the track. Once it is done, you wanna select the area where you are standing, right click, and then add null and camera. What this is gonna do is gonna add a 3D camera in the scene, and now you can add 3D layers inside your scene. But in this case, we're gonna be bringing back the rotoscope layer that we had made. We wanna make sure that we turn this layer on 3D so that it stays in the 3D space. And then we wanna scroll to the point where you do your pose. We're then going to freeze the frame right when the pose is made. So this is where the alpha matte comes into place. But essentially, we are going to alpha matte the background layer to the freeze frame pose that we had done earlier. But now if you notice, everything that we see is only in the pose, but we actually want it the other way around. So to do that, go over to this button, and what this is gonna do is going to invert our selection, meaning it's going to reveal the entire background except for where our pose is. You're gonna be able to see that there's an invisible background, and you get to see our subject walking out of frame. And believe it or not, that's pretty much it. Just repeat those same steps over and over again for every single location that you film at. And to change it up a little bit, you want to change poses in each scene, kind of like I did. And then when you bring all of them back together, you just want to play around with the timing and make sure that you see each location before the pose happens. Now, I had previously done another effect very similar to this, but instead of the camera moving forward, the camera is moving from side to side. Now, if you want to go check out that tutorial, you can click the link. I don't know where it appears yet, but I'll just leave it down in the description too if you want to go check out that video. Now, if you are interested in wanting to watch more very in-depth tutorials in After Effects specifically, I do officially have an online course where I go in and teach you step by step how to do certain effects. It doesn't matter if you're a beginning or a pro. I made sure that this course covered everything. So if you're interested in that, I'll also leave that link down below. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then what are you even doing watching this video without being subscribed? Here, I'll wait. I'm trying to avoid eye contact until you do it. I mean, I can honestly wait here all day. Okay, cool. Hopefully you came through on your end and stopped the awkwardness between us. Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have any more questions, please leave it down in the comments below. I do go through them and look through them. And I would love to answer any questions you have about anything, either about this video or any other tutorial that you do want to see. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.